So I was 9 when I smoked my first cigarette. My cousin and I were messing around at our house, and my aunt left her cigarettes on the table because everybody smoked. Everybody in my family smoked. Everybody smoked in their houses. Everybody smoked holding their babies, for crying out loud. It was a totally different world. Um, so we tried it, and then, heard our mother walking out, so we threw the cigarette in the sink. I don't even think I inhaled. Um, she smoked Winston's. Gross. But anyway, so even before then, I was the kid that would dip my french fries in ketchup and pretend that I was puffing on a cigarette, and love the candy cigarettes. The ones that were gum, and then when you would, blow through it, it was supposed to duplicate, the action of smoking, but it was just like a big cloud of chalk dust. But I knew that I was going to smoke. Even though my father had a triple bypass when he was 33, caused by smoking, which then he was diagnosed with coronary artery disease. I'm 36. He was 33, triple bypass. I still smoked. Started fully smoking when I was 15, Marlboro Light 100s. And I just remember the very first cigarette that I smoked, like really smoked, I got so lightheaded. And it was the weirdest feeling in the world. So weird. And it was one of my mother's cigarettes, Parliament Light 100s, actually. It was such a weird feeling, but I liked it. So I continued to smoke. I would take some of hers. I would go to the store and buy some. They were like $2, so I would just save my lunch money. And, get a bag of chips and a Snapple, a Fruitopia at the time, and use the rest of the money to buy cigarettes. So I knew I knew the effects of smoking, what could happen. My great-grandfather had just passed away of emphysema. And he had COPD as well. My grandfather died of lung cancer. My grandmother died from COPD, emphysema, respiratory issues. My mother had bladder cancer. She's okay now, but unfortunately, even though she stopped smoking, she was still diagnosed with COPD. So every day, my mother wakes up, even though she's not smoking that cigarette anymore, she can't breathe. I'm sure everybody knows somebody that has that or other, issues related to smoking. But we still decided to smoke. So I tried to quit. I tried to quit multiple times. Cold turkey, Chantix, Wellbutrin, the lozenge, the nicotine gum, the patch. Nothing worked. I tried the gas station, cigalikes. That didn't work. It just wasn't enough. I wasn't getting enough to calm the cravings. I tried. I tried getting like the Logic Pro vape. That was not for me. It works for some people. It wasn't for me. So then finally this year about a year ago, I started watching a bunch of reviews and stuff on YouTube and informational and, educational videos. And I learned a lot, but still at the time it wasn't for me. I was like, no, I had this, stereotype built into my head that people that, used a vaporizer or a mod were guys with beards that were in a parking lot somewhere doing cloud comps. Clouds broke clouds. So for me, it was like I was very intimidated by it. Never would have thought to walk into, a local vape shop and talk to the people in there. Nope. I'm like, no. But this year I was at the mall with my brother, and there was a kiosk, and there was a girl working. So she started talking with me about stuff, and I just felt so comfortable. So although I paid triple the price for a setup than I would if, I had purchased online, or had I known what I was doing, I never would have stopped because of that stereotype. My thoughts of that anyways. So that was February 27th. I saw the purple shiny thing, the Kangatech Subox Nano. I bought that. Right before then, I had actually bought a carton of cigarettes. I had an open pack. That open pack is still sitting in my car because March 1st was my last cigarette, 8:45 a.m. And it's funny because it's been almost 3 months without smoking. I think I've craved a cigarette actually like twice and didn't do it though. The cigarettes are still there. It's all about willpower. It's in my control. I'm controlling what I want to do. I don't wake up and I have to vape. I don't. I choose to, but I don't have to. So I feel like there's so much said about it. Do we honestly know the effects on vaping like we do on smoking? No, we don't. But I can tell you physically, I feel better. Mentally, feel better. So for me, this journey has been worth it. I've met great people along the way. I feel like a jerk with, what was in my head of vapors. But it's all about not smoking and getting your life back and getting in control of your life. I have my life back because of vaping, not because of cigarettes. Vaping. So I can be here for my kids. I can feel better about myself, life in general. So that right there, that says a lot. So why I vape? So I can be here for my kids. So I can have control of my life. That's it.